I call some of these investors like land lovers because they get obsessed about land. Obviously it's got the land, people love the land, but it's about 35 minutes away. You obviously got to pay an extra 135k for it. The rental yield's obviously a lot lower. It's a lot more outdated. I do have lots of houses that I bought, but I've bought houses and townhouses and units. They're all amazing buys. Like the house as an example, there's work to be done in it. You need to like update, whoever does buy that would be, the rental yield's lower. Someone that's more fixated on land, and maybe they have that old school mentality, which some people do, and they can't get away from it. And that would probably suit that kind of person. But they're just, there'd be work to be done. There's a lot of whoever does that pest and building for that property that's 445, it's probably going to be about 10, 15 grand they've got to spend on upkeep. It's overrated, basically, by buying that. Yeah. And then the other one for 482, that is a great buy as well. A lot more modern. That's a 3-bed, 2-bath, like townhome style, but it's about 35 kilometers out. Still a really, really good buy. It's probably worth 500k. It's just out of those ones, I see more value in the 310. If you're keen to basically give it a go, what we do is we complete what they call, in Perth, they have different terminology unfortunately, but they call it a offer and acceptance form. 310 is the negotiated price. They wanted 350 because it was renovated, or more than that. But basically it's an offer form that you complete via DocuSign. It'll have your first, middle, and last name on it. So we'll send you through a DocuSign basically. I'll have the team send that through by the end of today at the very, very latest, the sooner the better. They'll also call you up, they'll introduce themselves and explain the process a little bit more thoroughly. You'll also get everything in writing by email, like this is the step-by-step process and the flow chart of the next 45 odd days. But the first step's completing that. Then we send the documents to the seller. They sign usually within a day, sometimes 2 days. The moment that they sign, then the buyer's basically in control, because you've got 21 days then to organise the finance. And if you're going through, whether it's Steve or Justin's team there, the mortgage brokers, we'll include them in the emails the moment that you complete that DocuSign. So they'll automatically know that you're trying to buy this property. They'll get all the property details, like the contract, the property, the offer acceptance document that you've signed, they'll have that in already. So then they can automatically come to you and say, yep, let's get the finance process started. This is what we need. Here are your options and all that kind of stuff, basically. Then we book in our team here in the office will book in a pest and building inspection, and that pest and building report will come back to us. The team will get in contact with you as well. It'll be emailed through. They'll walk you through it. Want to make sure just the property checks out and there's no major issues. And that's another really good thing about buying property that's already, has that work already done to it. It's updated and all that kind of stuff. Because from doing this so much, like the house for 445, like stuff will come back and it will probably scare a lot of people buying their first property. Whereas this one, like there are, it's a safe kind of property to buy. That way, obviously, you've got more funds left over. Like you could literally, go for another property in a month or 2 or 3 or whenever you're ready, and hit the ground running with another one. And watch this obviously have the Perth everywhere is having so much capital growth. If you ask anyone in Perth that's a real estate agent, like what's happening, they'll just say they've never seen it like this. It's really starting. And I believe out of the cycle, it's probably only about 15, 20% through. So it's got the next 2-3 years where, like I see these types of properties being 400, 450 kind of rate at least by that time.